Alexandra Eala, the reckoning has begun. The doors open and the airport does not simply cheer, it explodes. Cameras flash like lightning striking all at once. Voices rise like a wave that has been building for years, for generations, for a lifetime. Of waiting strangers who have never shared a single word are suddenly holding each other, crying, laughing, screaming the same name into the air with everything they have. Her name is Alexandra Eala, and what you are about to witness over the next few weeks on American soil is not a tennis tournament. This is a reckoning, this is a Filipino invasion. And nobody, not the analysts, not the bookmakers, not the top-ranked players already waiting for her in California, is truly prepared for what is coming. Where the fire was lit to understand what is about to happen, you have to go back to where it started, the Dubai WTA 1000, one of the most elite stages in women's tennis. A tournament built for the best 30 players on the planet, a court where young players arrive to learn their place, and veterans arrive to defend their throne. Alexandra Eala walked into that desert and refused to learn her place. She refused to be quiet. She refused to be small. She refused to play the role that everyone had quietly assigned to her before the first ball was even struck, round after round. She attacked with the left-handed game that coaches across the world are now studying on their laptops at 2 in the morning, rewinding the same sequences over and over, searching desperately for answers that are not easy to find. Her serve, explosive, disguised, arriving before opponents are ready to receive it. Her ground strokes heavy, deep, relentless, carrying a weight that does not match her age or her ranking. Her court vision tactical, composed, patient in a way that takes most professionals a decade to develop. She reached the quarter-finals of a WTA 1000. Let that sentence breathe for a moment. The quarter-finals, at 19 years old, as a Filipino. As a Southeast Asian woman standing on a court where Southeast Asian women have almost never stood. She earned that position not through wildcards or favorable draws or fortunate circumstances. She earned it through performance, through tennis that demanded to be taken seriously. The match that changed everything in the quarterfinals. She faced Coco Gauff, the reigning US Open champion, the world number 2, one of the most decorated young players the sport has ever produced. A player surrounded by expectation and proven capable of carrying it, and yes, Eala lost. That loss was felt in every Filipino household that stayed awake through the night, that rearranged schedules and sacrificed sleep just for the chance to watch it landed with real weight. Real grief, but painful is not the same as shameful. Because Eala did not crumble, she did not retreat into herself, she did not hand off anything, she made her work for every single point. Made the crowd hold their breath on rallies that had no business being as close as they were. Made the tennis world sit up straight in their seats and truly pay attention. When that match ended, something had quietly, permanently shifted. She was no longer a wildcard headline, no longer a feel-good story for the slow news cycle. She was a legitimate, dangerous, fully confirmed threat on the WTA Tour, and everyone in the draw knew it. The airport after the quarter-final, tired, emotionally spent, carrying the weight of an entire nation's love and expectation on her young shoulders. Alexandra Eala arrived at Dubai International Airport for her departure to the United States. Thousands of fans were already there, not because anyone organized it, not because there was a scheduled appearance or a promotional event or a social media post directing people to show up. They were there because their hearts told them to go. Because they needed, even for a single moment, to be in the same space as her. Because love, real love, does not wait for an invitation. And what did she do? She stopped. For every single one of them, every selfie request, yes, every autograph, yes. Every emotional fan who reached for her hand and said through tears that she had made them proud, she looked them in the eyes, held that moment, and thanked them. As if they were the ones doing her a favor. This is who Alexandra Eala is, not just an athlete, not just a tennis player with impressive statistics and a rising ranking. A person of extraordinary grace who understands something that many gifted people never learn, that greatness without humility is just noise. What she has built. She carries a world ranking of number 32. She has earned over $98,000 in prize money from Dubai alone. She is qualified directly for major WTA events through her ranking. No wildcards, no favors, no shortcuts extended out of sympathy or curiosity, just talent, discipline, and an unshakable belief in herself that does not waver when the draw is difficult, or the crowd is against her, or the opponent across the net has more titles and more experience. And now she's on a plane to California. What awaits her? Indian Wells, the 5th Grand Slam, the desert setting, the stadium that holds the sport's biggest names, the field that forgives nothing and rewards only excellence. This is not a warm-up event, this is a test, the kind that reveals exactly what a player is made of when the moment demands everything in Miami. And Miami is where Alexandra Eala already has a story written in permanent ink. Last year, as a relative unknown, she walked into Miami and did something that left the tennis world genuinely speechless. She defeated Iga Swiatek, or the world #1. The dominant force in women's tennis at the time. She defeated Madison Keys. She went on a run that nobody saw coming, that nobody had prepared for, that nobody quite knew how to explain. But here is what is different now. Last year, she was the underdog. Last year, she was the surprise. Last year, players looked at her name in the draw and believed they had an easy match waiting for them. That is over now. They know. Now they have watched the footage. Now they have sat in coaches' meetings and gone through her patterns and prepared specifically for what she brings. The element of surprise has been spent. And here is the beautiful thing about Alexandra Eala, she is prepared too. The tactical intelligence she will carry into Indian Wells and Miami is sharper than anything she has shown before. The rest she took after Dubai was not vacation, it was recalibration, the quiet, necessary stillness before a storm that has been gathering for years. The wrong question. Everyone is asking the same question right now. Can she repeat last year's Cinderella run? Can she shock the world again? But that is the wrong question entirely, because Cinderella is a story about luck. About the right moment, the right glass slipper, the right fairy godmother arriving at the right time. Alexandra Eala is not Cinderella, she's not lucky, she's not a story. She's not a narrative constructed after the fact to make sense of something that surprised us. She's built, she's trained, she's relentless in a way that does not diminish with fatigue or pressure or the weight of expectation. The right question, the only question that matters is this: how far is she willing to go? And based on everything we have seen, the answer to that question is terrifying for everyone currently standing in her way. What this means: millions of Filipinos will set their alarms for matches that begin in the middle of the night. Parents will wake their children just so they can say, years from now, that they watched history happen live. Overseas Filipino workers across the Middle East, across Europe, across America itself, will gather around phones and laptops in break rooms and living rooms and parking lots to stream every single point. Because this is not just sport. This is identity, this is proof. This is a Filipina standing on the biggest stage in the world and saying, with every serve, every ground stroke, every moment she refuses to yield, we belong here, we have always belonged here. As Alexandra Eala's flight descends toward California, as the wheels touch American soil, as she picks up her racket and walks onto that practice court in Indian Wells for the first time, and feels the desert air and knows exactly why she is there. Know this: the reckoning has begun. The invasion is official, and the tennis world will never be quite the same again.